The basic idea of this music video is balancing tension and control with release and improvisation. And I was excited by the challenge of using no other lights but the Pavo lights. You can dial in saturation and intensity and hue. They're a really flexible, creative tool. When I started planning this project, I knew that I wanted to bring in my friend Susie Sadler, who does amazing things with light, with photography.
Jackie and I are good friends. We've known each other for a few years. She had put together this really amazing creative deck that had colors, it had art. It was kind of loose in the beginning.
Trusting Susie with blending these lights together and creating the look of this video let me focus on directing, and we started talking about what sort of color palette there was, how we wanted to integrate these tube lights into the shoot.
I really loved the control, the amount of dialing in you could do, and the specificity of the hue, of the saturation, the brightness, and having those specific numbers on the light itself so that I could set the lights to the same color, or if we changed setups, I could return to the same lighting setup that we had before.
Susie put 4 of the Pavo lights on the grid above the cyc and create sort of like a watercolory background effect without, using a bunch of gels, or, we weren't using seamlesses. We tried to keep the foreground pretty simple. We just filled in on either side with a very glowy mix of a pinky red and a orange. And it worked really well with Miguel's skin tone too, and everything looked pretty gold, and that's all by design.
Jackie had the idea to have a light source that imitated a copy machine or a scanner, to have a vertical stream of light that moved across the dancer's body. And so she had the idea to put it on a Dana dolly so we could fully operate it, and I made a little rig to get the light vertical and was able to control it as we were filming. So I would watch the monitor and I could control the speed, and it was nice and smooth and consistent.
Occasionally for different setups, we had a closer shot and we just put the lights on RGB mode. It's just this kind of sync, out of sync combination of color.
Going off of the lights that we were using and having this super saturated tool, Anna, our art director, she had brought props and she had done a lot of the production designing with us. Both Anna and I basically just looked for anything reflective or that would refract light in a way, because we wanted to play with using practical effects in camera.
The studio shots were meant to feel very controlled, and we did that with lighting, we did that with a kind of scripted choreography. And then outside was more about letting Miguel interface with the environment.
So I was actually able to hold the light and stand next to Jackie and move with her, but also move with Miguel when he would make these big grand gestures and shape the light to his body movement. And it was amazing to have these lightweight, compact lights that were self-powered. We were able to put lights on ledges if we needed them, and I just carried the light for most of the shoot outside. Leaving that shoot, I was so elated. It was a really fun type of light source to work with, but also I realized Jackie gave me a lot of freedom to play, really.
One of the main things that's kept me going has been the camaraderie and friendship and collaboration, like you saw on set. We're remaking the world as we want it. Cutting.
I wanna get some coffee.